How can I improve my hot water this winter?
There are a number of ways that you can improve your hot water for this winter. The first option is obviously a hot water cylinder replacement. If you've got an older hot water cylinder, the installation around that hot water cylinder is not as good as they are nowadays. With the new rings, we've got A-grade insulation, which is basically the insulation inside this casing, and the improvements in regard to the thermal heating of the hot water cylinder is amazing. In regard to basically checking, having one of our plumbers come through and checking the hot water cylinder valves on your existing hot water cylinder, checking the tempering valve, ensuring that you've got no leaks on the system is also a great way of improving your hot water cylinder if there is a failed valve in that system. In regard to the hot water cylinder size, the standard hot water cylinder size is this 180 mains pressure cylinder, which will do a 4-person home, 1 to 2 bathrooms with 4 to 5 people in the property. This is our most common hot water cylinder size that we install. It comes in 2 sizes. This is the 1720, and then it comes in a squat size of 1188 by 588 wide.
What options are available for different size families and different size spaces?
There's a huge variety out in the marketplace. We very much promote Rheems as our hot water supplier. With Rheems, we've got internal and external hot water cylinders and also gas too. In regard to the hot water cylinder sizes, for a family home, you're looking at a 180 mains pressure. Also, you've got a 250 option too. In regard to sizes, this is a 488 by 1720 high. You can also go for a squat hot water cylinder, which is 1188 by 588 wide. With all our new installs, we install a hot water cylinder safe tray inside your property. So that is part of the warranty of the hot water cylinder, and if there is any leaks in the future, it is contained from the hot water cylinder into a safe tray that goes out to a safe location.
What is a hot water heat pump?
So a hot water heat pump is basically a hot water system which has an integrated heat pump within the unit, which in course is basically being a lot more energy efficient in regard to the heating of your hot water for your household. The cylinders are a lot more expensive than your standard hot water cylinders, but in turn you will regain that money as you have less heating costs over a period of time.
What is involved with the installation of a new cylinder?
A general hot water cylinder changeover is done within a day. We basically remove the hot water cylinder in the morning. We do the required pipe work, upgrading of the hot water cylinder valves, basically do the install of the new hot water cylinder if it's in the same location, and then basically we have a qualified sparky that comes through in the end of the day to do the hot water cylinder reconnection for you. If we go into an external hot water system, basically we run all that pipe work to the outside. A general changeover we can still do within that day, but it all is relevant to a base by base project.
What other options are available to upgrade the hot water in my house?
At Laser East Tamaki, we have a number of options that we can do there, but we also do a lot of gas installs too. So basically that's going from basically electric hot water cylinders to outside hot water cylinders. So that can be in a measure of a outside external gas hot water cylinder, or it can be a Rheems Infinity unit on the wall. There's obviously options around gas supply. So you've got your natural gas, which is your street gas, or LPG if you haven't got natural gas in your street. You can look on the Vector website to see if there is natural gas in your street. Otherwise, LPG may be an option for that.
How do the LPG bottles work?
Basically with the LPG bottles, we have 2 45 kg bottles, which basically supply the gas to the unit. Not every property is suitable for gas, so generally speaking in a case like that, if gas is a potential option for you, one of our team would come through and advise if this is possible, and then basically the gas bottles are supplied by an external supplier, which will basically run the gas hot water unit, and you'll generally get, for a family of 4, you'll get around about sort of 4 to 6 weeks per bottle, depending on your use.
Leading into winter, is there anything that I need to be aware of with my hot water cylinder?
I would highly recommend basically just doing a visual check on your hot water cylinder. Basically you're checking to make sure that there's no visible leaks around the hot water cylinder, checking to see if there's any moisture around that area. It's just always good to know where your hot water cylinder is and if there is any damage in that area. I've seen obviously some pretty major leaks in my time, and yeah, it'd be really reassuring to know that that you've checked your hot water cylinder so we don't have those issues in the future.
What if I want to increase the size of my cylinder but there's no room in my hot water cylinder cupboard?
We've got a large amount of options for this scenario. In our older homes, obviously there's a lot of low pressure hot water cylinders which we're doing upgrades to mains pressure hot water. So you've got your cold water supply coming in mains pressure, and then your hot water is at mains pressure too. But we do a lot of changeovers from internal hot water cylinders to outside hot water cylinders, which obviously gaining the hot water cylinder space to have extra storage in that cupboard. We do a lot of hot water installs from internal to gas outside installs, and also these options of heat pump hot water cylinders that external hot water cylinders too.
How long should a hot water cylinder last?
Well, this is a very varied question in regard to the age of a hot water cylinder, but basically a general hot water cylinder will last 15 to 20 years. We do pull ones out that have been 30-35 years, which are your low pressure ones, and we have pulled ones out that are around about sort of 10 years old. The areas of your hot water cylinder that you're looking at in regard to any leaks, the main areas that will leak on is your outlet at the top of the hot water cylinder, or on some of your other hot water cylinders that are on the side. The big area is around the base of the hot water cylinder. You have water seeping out of the bottom seam here, or from your element in here. So those are your three main areas where your hot water cylinder will leak from.
What sort of cost is involved with a hot water cylinder upgrade?
At Laser Plumbing East Tamaki, from a budgeting point of view, we're looking at 3.1 to 3.5 plus GST. That includes your hot water cylinder, new copper pipe work, and the new valve pack with the hot water cylinder. What we require at the end of the day is obviously the hot water cylinder reconnection for the power supply. We can take care of that and go to arranging a qualified sparky to do that, but that is extra on top of our price. We also take care of any building work that's required with one of our qualified builders. If we have any damage to flooring from a leaking hot water cylinder, we can arrange that for you. If that is the case, potentially it will run over a 2-day project to get all the work completed.
What will I gain by upgrading my cylinder?
Well, there's some big benefits from upgrading your hot water cylinder. There is peace of mind of a new hot water cylinder in your property, and on your power efficiency too, it's going to be a benefit in that area. Another benefit is the installation of a safe tray. Basically, the safe tray has an outlet where it's running to an outside area, so if the hot water cylinder ever leaked, it leaks into the safe tray and out. This is a requirement of our plumbing code and also brings our manufacturer.